Welcome back, guys. I don't know how this video is going to turn out, because I'm going to try and link another video in from an issue I've had, but I'll do my best. New television. I was sick of struggling seeing the colours on the other one, so made to measure. Phil, eat your heart out, buddy. Look at that for precision. Yeah, so needed a new television in here. I couldn't see the colours on the fish properly, so what I want to link in is, I had an issue with a cloverleaf eater. Disaster strikes. Has anybody ever had that happen? What the hell? So the cloverleaf eater has sprung a leak through the side casing. What's that all about then? Has anybody ever had that happen before? Obviously it's knackered, isn't it? It's not, well, there ain't a lot I can do. I'll just have to take it off. Good job I've got isolation valves. To isolate the pond. It's not good. I suppose that's what you get when you buy second hand though. Oh, wonder. Just when things go so well. Anybody ever come across that? Obviously I'm going to have to take it out and put a piece of pipe in there for now. Just what I wanted. Not. Well, as they say, can't always be good, can it? You got to have the bad with the good. Just seems that we keep getting a lot of the bad. What a pig. I just can't believe how that's happened, to be fair. It's actually broke through the side, look, whatever it is. If anybody's got any ideas on what's caused that, I'd be grateful. Cheers, guys. Job's not a fish on this one. A cloverleaf eater. I'll try and put it in, linked in with this video. Sorry if it's a bit mishmash. But the issue I had, the heater sprung a leak, and this video will explain it all. But what I've done, I've got it working again. So, excuse the mess down here, I'm just having a bit of a jig around. So, it is sorry, it's not leaking now. I have fixed it. And I think I know what the issue was, and it's kind of going to help other people. It's going to help other people out, I hope, because they won't do the same mistake as I did. So what I believe it was was that when I cleaned the Easy Pod, I didn't switch the heater off. So when the water drained from the Easy Pod, the thermostat for the heater is in the Easy Pod. So obviously when it detected the temperature, and bear in mind I've bypassed the thermostat on the Clover leaf and used an STC 1000, so I don't know whether there's a cutout valve or anything on the Clover leaf, but what had happened was it detected that the temperature had dropped, so the heater kicked in. Unbeknown to me, it had been melting away, so it had melted a little, well, it had thinned the plastic. So when I put the pump back on and it started to pump the water, it obviously sprung a leak. So me being me, thought, I need my fish back on heat. I need them back on heat. They're doing well, they're growing well. I just want to get them back on. So what can I do? So I'll try and link in now a picture of what I did. If that hasn't linked in, I will put it at the end of the video. So basically what I did, I haven't videoed it, but I have got some images of what I did. I stripped the clover leaf, and I'm not advising anybody else to do this. I took a gamble, the gamble's paid off, I've done it on my own back. I take full responsibility if anything happens to my pond, but I'm not taking responsibility if anybody else tries it, because I have heard that there's a few other people had the similar sort of issue. So what I did, I got some plastic filler and the trusty old faithful MS300. Now it doesn't say, well, in fact I never read to see if MS300 was heat resistant or not. However, I used MS300. So what I did, I warmed the shell of, once it was stripped down, I warmed the shell of the clover leaf up, and basically where it had pierced an hole, I smoothed it over with a hot knife to get it flat. Then I applied a bit of plastic filler, and then on the inside I cleaned it all up because it was burnt with a Dremel, and then I applied some plastic filler, and over the top of the plastic filler I then applied trusty old faithful MS300. And if it's not working for any of you guys out there, you ain't putting enough on. Mad Dog, that one's for you. So yeah, I applied that, I let it go off for 48 hours, and then I plugged it all into, well, first what I did, I put it in a sink and made sure that it weren't going to blow up. So I put it in the sink, switched it on, and it started bubbling the water. So I then connected it back up to the pond, to the, sorry, the grow on, and it's been working a treat since probably Sunday evening. So that's working a treat. But what I have done, I've treated myself, sorry, Dawn's treated me to a Thermotech Mini. Now I know these are meant for swimming pools, however there is a few people using them on koi ponds, so I can't see why not. At the end of the day, you're only eating water, and as long as you've connected it up properly and everything else, yes, you may have an issue in the winter when the temperatures drop, but I've got plans for that in the winter. So yeah, I've gone with a Thermotech. This is the 4 kilowatt. Jamie from Keeping It Koi If you haven't checked his channel out, nip over and see Jamie. Jamie's, well, he's not using it as a koi pond at the minute, he's using it as a hot tub, I think. But yeah, Jamie's got one. They're very scarce, everywhere's sold out, I believe, but I managed to get one. I'm not going to use these fittings that come with it, because that's for Flexios. What I'm going to do is, these come out, these are only blanking caps. I've got this, and then I'm going to screw that in there, and then I'm going to come off with 1.5 inches straight into the pond, the grow on. Hopefully that should do it. So yeah, as I say guys, this might be a bit of a mismatch video, but I'll do my best. These are putting some right growth on. The windows filthy, I'm sick of these windows. Yeah, them great for seeing how your fish are doing and making sure them healthy and got no knocks or bumps or whatever, but my god, them windows are a pain in the neck. If you don't mind cleaning them every couple of days, then crack on, but I wouldn't advise. You don't really need them, to be fair. But these are putting some right growth on. These are on Saki Balance and Saki Colour. As you know, these are just going mental at the minute. Water level's down because I'm just doing a clean, so the water level's down. But these are just mad. They're mad for the food. These are on FD build-up. FD build-up and Saki Colour. We've got a new addition to the pond. This bad boy here. He's settled in quite nice. See if he'll come up. Sod's law, camera shy. Fred's never camera shy. Look at that fat git. So yeah, he's the new addition. Oscar's putting some growth. Well, they're all putting some growth on. Unbelievable. The snow asagi, this one here. Wow. That was off Mark Cheddar. And he ain't half putting some size on. Well, could be a female the way it's growing. I don't know. They're all growing well. And that's on FD build-up. As I say, water level's down at the minute, I'm just topping it back up. But yeah, these are on FD build-up and Saki Colour. I'll try and clip a picture in of the new edition. But that's in them there. 41 cm. But yeah, doing great. Water's discoloured unfortunately, but they are having a lot of food, so you're going to get it, aren't you? Fair bit of fines at the minute because of obviously cleaning the filter. These are constantly after food. Is that a soldy? Oscar. Suppose I'll fire a bit more food in. They do love the grub. Been checking the parameters, and the parameters are bob on, to be fair. I was a bit surprised because of how much food I'm putting in, but yeah, then bob on. These are being fed. The feeder's going off 6 times a day, and in between the 6 times a day we're giving them a sprinkle of food on the calci worms. So yeah guys, as I say, I'll try and get the video clipped in of what happened with the heater, but user error. Just be careful guys, because it can happen to anybody. Obviously if you've got the temperature probe in the pond and it's well down, then you shouldn't have that issue. But the best thing to do is, when you're cleaning your Easy Pod, is to switch the heater off or stick the probe in your mouth. No, don't encourage that, sorry. No, turn the heater off, and you'll be safe. So any guys out there who's had the same issue, you'll probably find that that's what's caused the problem. Basically, no water in the heater, and obviously the heater element still heated up, and then the heat off the heater element has melted the plastic. So yeah. Oh, one thing I did mean to mention with regards to the air source heat pump, I got mine from Heat Pumps for Ponds, well known. I think that's where that one came from, to be fair, originally. But yeah, Heat Pumps for Ponds. The service was absolutely outstanding. I think it was Saturday I ordered it, or Sunday. It was on my doorstep at 9 o'clock this morning. Well, he was banging on the door, the driver was. But I was going to go with the Aquaforte one. Jump over to UK Koi Supplies, and they're doing an Aquaforte one. It's limited stock at the minute. I think they've gone so well that the demand's higher than the supply. So at the time of me ordering one, they hadn't got the Aquaforte ones in. There was in transit on the way to UK Koi Supplies, but they didn't have one in at the time. And they're £2.85, which is a bargain, to be fair. I don't know how they perform. I don't know anybody who's using one, but I have spoke to UK Koi Supplies, and they have got other customers using them, and they're finding great results and energy savings. So as I say, they're £2.85, whereas the Thermatech, and they're 3 kilowatt they are. The Thermatech is a 4 kilowatt, but they're £4.50 in price. They should have been £6.50 and they've reduced them. But B&Q used to do them as well for £4.50, but they've sold out. When you go on to Heat Pumps for Ponds, there is a bit of a disclaimer on there saying that from the 2nd of July they'd sold out, but when I looked along the website, it was showing in stock, so I took the chance. And to be fair, I expected to get up Monday morning to an email to say we've refunded you, sorry, we've got no stock. But bang, confirmation order and dispatch confirmation. So yeah, if you guys haven't got the budget for the Thermatech one at $4.50, or you can't get hold of one, nip over to UK Koi Supplies. Theirs was due in today, I believe, because they did say they could get me one out this week. So yeah, nip over to them. It's limited stock. I don't think they've got many coming in, 10 or 20, I can't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, but theirs is $2.85, and as you know, cold weather's coming in, guys. You don't want to get caught with your trousers down, leaving it till the last minute to get heat on your ponds. If you're going to do it while it's nice and warm in preparation. So yeah, guys, sorry to have droned on a bit, but I thought I'd just put that one out there. And I'll crack on. I've got some tidying up to do, because obviously that television was a bit bigger, so gutted I broke me little fish, knocked it off the shelf, didn't I, when I was putting the telly up. Wound her. Looks like nipping to Quinny, or if anybody knows of any local stockists for these fish, because I do like them, to be fair. But yeah, guys, at the moment job's not a fish, but it will be when I get the heater on. As I say, the clover leaf's working again now, and it's sitting at 20. Well, it's sitting at 21.3. But yeah, I'll get that on. I'm off next week, so that's the job for this weekend and next week. Okay guys, on that note, I'll catch you later. Job's a fish.